welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, welcome to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We are so excited to share great information. We decided to switch, and now we're doing just a podcast on a regular basis to make sure that we keep you in the know on a regular basis with great guests on a regular basis. And we put this on YouTube, and we put it on our website, which has over 2,000 YouTube videos. That's right, at donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. You'll see a ton of videos. Plus, we, of course, have the daily video blog, the National Real Estate Cafe, at nrecafe.com or on donandgino.com, where you get daily updates of what's really happened in the real estate and financial world. 2 to 4 minutes, and you can get these sent right to your phone by texting NREC to the number 58885. And today we have great guests as always.
I was just going to say, he also had the coffee this morning, apparently. Not
No, I
anything to
can't
say
today. No, I got
Actually,
my
what you
doctor.
are leaving me to say, though, is that the goal hasn't changed. We're still guiding you to personal and financial wellness, which we've been doing for 8 years now when we started the radio show. The goal is always to teach you something new or help you make good decisions, and this year's no different. This year is the year of, we started with a little bit of shift last year, and so this year the shift continues. Shift happens. And as the market continues to change, we want to make sure to bring it into the light and not try to hide from it. Bring it into the light, understand what's happening, and how you can benefit from it. Because someone always benefits in every single market. Why not be you?
There you go. Plus, today we want to give you kind of a little snapshot about 2 experts in today to kind of give you an idea where we're going in 2019 with the real estate market, because you're going to hear a lot of minutia about bubbles and the slowdown and price reductions and, oh my, the sky is falling. Are we heading back into another great recession? We don't think so. We've been showing you why we don't think so. It's called a correction. It happens, and we're moving into something called a normal market, which we have not had in 2 decades.
1997 was the last normal market we've had. So.
Yes. So why don't you introduce our guest?
All right, well, fantastic. So we've got a couple of people joining us here today, and one of them is actually a return guest, Elgin Walker.
Many times.
Yeah, multiple times. And Elgin, you've been with us a few times on the show and discussed kind of where you were coming from. Last time you were here, we were talking a little bit about your book.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely, sure were. That's funny. That's been a minute, man. It's been a minute and a half, which was a great experience. Just something else to add to the resume, and a bucket list item.
Nice.
You know,
nice.
So we did a couple of them, and actually still do them. You know, still
Good.
do them, and I'm working on a third one. It's been a little bit slow, bringing it to publication.
Well, that's okay. You've got them out of the bucket list, so now it's just about getting the right content in there.
Absolutely.
All right, and Robert Mickalson also joined us today. And Robert, you haven't been on the show before, have you?
I have not, no. First time visitor.
All right, well, welcome.
Excited.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that we're going to talk a little bit about today is both of you made a shift this year, as we were talking about the real estate market shift, but you guys both made a shift to EXP. And we'll be talking a little bit about that, as EXP sees themselves as a real estate market disruptor. You know, I just look at it as a different model. It doesn't have to be a disruptor. It doesn't have to be a challenge. It doesn't have to be a fight. It's just a different model, and it's not one size fits all. And it'll be a good fit for some.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Absolutely.
All right, since we have, why don't you give a background to how long you've been in the industry, why you even got in the industry, just for our listeners, so they have an idea of, like, who the hell are these guys and why are they on the show? Go ahead, Elgin.
You want me to go first?
I know you're a young pup in the industry like me.
Yeah, like I started like yesterday. And, actually, it's funny when I get asked that question, I think about it, that in November of 2018 was actually my 31st year being a licensed agent. And I have been a full-time, well, I was part-time about 2.5 months and figured out that wasn't going to work. So it's been that. I've spent the early part of my career, I bounced around a little bit as far as agencies because I did everything wrong. My perception of real estate was I'd hop in the car, I'd show a lot of pretty houses, and I'd sell 1 or 2 here and there. I'd make $1 million, and I was more of a hustler than some other people would be. So I'd probably make $3, $4, $5 million a year selling 2 or 3 houses, and that was not the case, obviously. But that was my initial perception.
Everybody's perception. I'll out-hustle everybody. I'll make millions.
Yeah, right.
I'm smarter than the rest. I'm prettier than the rest.
Yeah.
smoother than the rest.
I'm that dude.
Exactly.
Can't, you know, so
Well, all of that was true. Just the millions weren't true.
Right, absolutely.
You are that dude.
Right.
All of that was true except for the
That's why
millions
you're
part.
still in the industry.
Absolutely.
If you didn't have all that, you'd be toast.
Yeah, I'd be totally absolutely.
You want steam on that.
Right. So anyway, in a nutshell, that's my main story. I've been in real estate 31 years. In November also was my 31st year of marriage.
Nice.
So I've been to the same person.
Congrats.
Good
Good to clarify.
You get 2 medals today.
Right, absolutely.
I get to clarify. Today is my 16-year anniversary.
Oh,
so
man,
halfway there.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Happy anniversary.
I'm
to
halfway
you.
there.
So anyway, that's me in a nutshell.
All right.
Yeah. So wow.
So Robert, maybe a little different
Robert
path.
Mickelson's over here
I
going,
thought I was
"All
a
right."
veteran until I came in this room.
Oh, you're definitely a vet.
Yeah.
Definitely a vet.
So yeah, and I learned that the last normal market was 1997, which I was not in the business yet. So I've been doing this 18 years now, and I just learned that I've never been.
So you
in a
started
normal
when you were
market.
12 also, like
Yeah,
me.
yeah, I know. It's family
Right.
business, and so I always wanted to do real estate. I stepped into it from property management. I got into it and got my license in 2001, and it's just been what I've wanted to do and pursue ever since then. Going strong 18 years. Been through some ups and downs, of course, and the huge market correction in 2007, 8. Really, my business started to take off right around then, But I've always had a great time doing it. Still get great joy out of helping families and friends that I went to high school with. I helped so many people. I grew up in this town, born and raised here.
What high school?
Hart.
right,
Now I'm not going to get any business from the Saugus Canyon and everything.
It's a Saugus, it's okay.
Yeah, so helping my friends out over the years, the last 18 years, buy their first homes, and then they have children, and then they're buying their second home. It's just
Well, that's
it's been
a
great
sign of
pleasure.
doing a great job. When they come back to you, because that's been our whole goal, I know yours too, Elgin, of course, is those who survive, and I'm going to date myself because you think you're the old man of the sea in this case. This year marks my 32nd year.
Got me.
In the-
You got me, Todd.
I got you by
Right
a
there,
year.
neck
'Cause
and
I
neck.
keep saying 31. He goes, how's that possible?
Yeah, I was like, how come it's always 31, Don?
'Cause I don't want to age myself anymore. I actually took my birthday off the calendar, so hopefully it
okay.
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Does it work that way?
I still celebrate mine for a whole month.
You do. Nobody celebrates a birthday
that
longer
guy.
than
I'm
Gino.
that
So what's the good news is I have the 32 years experience. Gino's got an incredible construction, real estate, and financial experience for many years in this industry. You have 31 years, but 18 years experience, plus true professionals. You guys have gone through ups and downs. That's going to benefit us today because I'd like our next segment to be about 2018, the shift, and where we're going in 2019 because there's a lot of unfortunate minutia out there regarding the real estate industry. The media loves negative information because that buys ears and eyes, and they're telling everybody how we're going into the next big bubble. And Gino and I don't appreciate it because we think the real estate market's still strong. We think real estate's the best investment in the world, and we think that 2019 actually is going to be a great year. So we'd love to get your guys' opinion on where you think we're going and why. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
And we're talking like 100 years experience coming back to us.
Wow.
Well, it is really cool. I mean, we're going to talk about that, and you did touch on this a little bit. The reality is that the media is it's a business. It's a business. It's an entertainment company, right? They need to attract people. That's their goal. The only thing that's, I think, better for real estate than what happened the first couple of months, because they were on this, like, the real estate's crashing bubble bandwagon until the stock market crashed.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, yeah, forget real estate. This is way sexier.
Right.
Which is ironically going to help the mortgage industry.
It actually
in some ways.
could, so we can talk about that when we get back a little bit.
All right, so you're here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. You can find out more by going to donandgino.com, donandgino.com. And we will be back in just a few minutes with Robert Mickalson and Elgin Walker with EXP, Don Gelling, Gino Franti. What's going to happen in 2019? Better stay tuned.